the graph of R2R identity function will be. Identity function means f of x is equals to x. This is our identity function. So while drawing the graph of identity function, we'll substitute the values of x and y and then plot it on the graph. When x is 0, obviously y will become 0. When x is 1, y will become 1. When x is 2, y will become 2. Plotting this way, we can say 0, 0, 1, 1, 2, 2, and connecting all this, the graph will get is a straight line. Okay, it is also given in the textbook. F of x is equals to x is identity function whose graph will be a option A, straight line. F of x is equals to x square. So by default, since x square only can have the positive values or greater than equals to 0, the range we can say of this function is all real numbers union 0. Okay. Another method to find the range here would be we'll write let the general method we can use let y equals to x square. Therefore, we'll make x our subject, which is root y. Since we have to find the root, y can only take the positive values, and the range of this function will be r plus union 0. F of x is given. It is x upon x minus 1. We have to find the ratio of f of a and f of a plus 1. Now, when we have to find f of a, we'll just substitute a instead of x. So, wherever we are finding x, we will substitute a. Okay. So, here f of a will become a upon a minus 1. Similarly, f of a plus 1 will be equals to, instead of x, we will substitute a plus 1. So, a plus 1 upon a plus 1 minus 1. Plus 1 minus 1 in the denominator will get cancelled out, and finally we will get the value a plus 1 upon a. Now, we have to find the ratio. So, let this be results 1 and 2. Taking the ratio of 1 and 2, we will get f of a upon f of a plus 1 is equals to a upon a minus 1 whole upon a plus 1 upon a. This will go to the numerator while a minus 1 will come to the denominator. Hence, we can say a into a will become a square and a plus 1 into a minus 1 will become a square minus 1. So, the final answer will be a square upon a square minus 1. If we compare this with our f of x, instead of x, if we substitute a square, then we will get the same values, a square upon a square minus 1. So here we can say this is nothing but f of a square. Hence our answer should be option C, f. We already know x square is always greater than equals to 0. As in our left hand side also, we have found the range of x square. Similarly, if we talk about x square plus 1, then we'll add 1 on both the sides and we can say x square plus 1 is greater than equals to 1. What this shows is x square will always be less than x square plus 1, which means the ratio of x square upon x square plus 1 is always less than 1. So now we have two different values. One, numerator is always greater than equals to 0 and the whole ratio x square upon x square plus 1 is less than 1. Combining these two results, we can say the range has to be including 0 and excluding 1. Excluding 1. So it should be 0 to 1, 0 is included, 1 is excluded. Option C would be correct. So here the f of x is equals to x square plus x plus 2 whole upon x square plus x plus 1. We have to find the range of this function. So we don't have the direct methods available. One of the method we can use is using the standard function, but no standard function condition can be satisfied here. So directly we'll use the general method. So we'll start with let y equals to our function, that is x square plus x plus 2 whole upon x square plus x plus 1. Now we'll split these two as 1 plus 1. So instead of 2, I can write 1 plus 1. Now we can split the numerator in this way in two terms, and we'll divide by the denominator. For both the terms, we'll get 1 plus 1 upon x square plus x plus 1. This is equals to y. Now our goal is to isolate x and make x as our subject. So gradually we'll go towards that. So first we can say here y minus 1 is equals to 1 upon x square plus x plus 1. Now we will multiply, and we can say multiply by x square plus x plus 1. So we can say it is x square into y minus 1 plus x into y minus 1 plus y minus 1 equals to 1. If we bring this 1 towards LHS, then we'll get our RHS equals to 0, and this term will become y minus 2. The rest all terms will remain same. So now we can say we have this type of scenario where our last term is y minus 2 and this becomes equals to 0. Now this is our quadratic equation where ax square, this y minus 1 is our ax square plus bx plus c. So a will be our y minus 1, b will be also y minus 1, while c will be y minus 2. If we have to find x, this quadratic equation must have the discriminant whose value must be greater than equals to 0. So here we will write the discriminant is greater than equals to 0. Now the value of discriminant, as we know, it will be b square minus 4ac. So here we can say y minus 1 whole square, that is our b square, minus 4 times of y minus 1 into y minus 2. This should be equals to or greater than equals to 0. We can take y minus 1 as common, since y minus 1 is available both the sides, here also and here also. So we can take y minus 1 common, and inside the bracket we are left with y minus 1 minus 4y minus minus plus 8. So we have multiplied minus 4 with y and minus 2 both. Okay, this should be greater than equals to 0. Next, now we can say basically y minus 1 into y minus 4y will become minus 3y, minus 1 plus 8 will become plus 7, greater than equals to 0. We can use the wavy curve method over here, and the range of y will come between 1 to 7 by 3. Since this is the value of y, we can say this also becomes our range, which is 1 to 7 by 3. Option C is correct. Is equals to 9c by 5 plus 32. We have to find the value of minus 10. So basically, instead of c, I will substitute minus 10. So here, t of minus 10 would be 9 by 5 into minus 10 plus 32. 5 2s are 2, minus 2 into 8, 9 will become minus 18 plus 32 will give us 14. So our correct answer should be option A. 14 is our answer. Okay. Chalo. Question is tan theta equals to 3. Important thing to notice, theta lies in the third quadrant. We have to find the value of sine theta. So we'll take the use of right angle triangle. We have the values. Let this be our angle theta. Then tan theta is opposite upon adjacent. Using Pythagoras theorem, we can say the hypotenuse will be root 10. Now the sine theta will be opposite upon hypotenuse. So opposite side is 3, hypotenuse is root 10. So 3 by root 10 is the value. We also need to look for the quadrant. Since it is in the third quadrant where sine is negative, we can say the final value would be minus 3 by root 10. Option C is correct. If sec theta equals to root 2, 3 pi by 2 to theta to 2 pi. This represents 3 pi by 2 to 2 pi will represent the fourth quadrant. 3 pi by 2 to 2 pi represents the fourth quadrant. Sec theta equals to root 2. Basically, sec theta equals to root 2 when theta is 45. Or we can say it is pi by 4. Since it is in the fourth quadrant, what we can do is in the fourth quadrant, we can write as our 2 pi minus theta. So this theta in terms of positive x-axis, it will represent 2 pi minus theta. So here the theta will become basically 2 pi minus pi by 4, which is equals to 7 pi by 4. Now we have the value of theta. We can directly substitute in our given question where it is we have to find the value of 1 plus tan plus cosec upon 1 plus cot minus cosec. So we'll substitute the value 1 plus tan 7 pi by 4. Again we can directly write 2 pi minus pi by 4 plus cosec theta, that is cosec 7 pi by 4 or 2 pi minus pi by 4 whole upon 1 plus cot 2 pi minus pi by 4 minus cosec 2 pi minus pi by 4. In the fourth quadrant, using all STC, cos and sec functions will be positive, all other functions are negative. So we'll substitute the values 1 plus tan 2 pi minus pi by 4. Tan pi by 4 is 1, but because it is in the fourth quadrant, the value will be minus 1. Similarly, cosec pi by 4 is root 2, but because it is in the fourth quadrant, the value will be minus 1 by or minus root 2. Value will be minus root 2 upon 1 plus cot 2 pi minus pi by 4, again same in the fourth quadrant negative, so minus 1. Cosec 2 pi minus pi by 4, again same thing, value will be minus root 2. Now 1 minus 1 both in the denominator as well as numerator will get cancelled out. The value which we'll get is minus root 2 upon minus minus plus root 2. Again this will get cancelled out and the final value will be minus 1. So जोड़े जोड़े solve कर दूंगी. We have to find the value of cos 10 plus sin 10 upon cos 10 minus sin 10. What we can do here is we can bring similar functions in the numerator and the denominator. So for numerator, we can either write cos 10 plus cos 80 or sin 80 plus sin 10. If we convert into sin, we can write okay sin 80 plus sin 10 upon in the denominator we can write sin 80 minus sin 10. कोई नहीं है कैश नहीं है आप मेरे को फोन कर देना ठीक है ना मेरे को फोन कर देना मैं उससे कर दूंगा हम्म, लो हाँ हाँ रेड पेन से लिख okay so what we have done is we have used this property which is cos theta equals to sin 90 minus theta. So cos 10 will become sin 90 minus 10 and that is sin 80. Now in the numerator we can use s plus s which will be 2sc. So 2 sin addition of angle by 2 that is 80 plus 10 by 2 90 by 2 will become 45 into cos subtraction of angle by 2 so 80 minus 10 will become 70 70 by 2 will become 35. So our numerator will be 2 sin 45 cos 35. In the denominator, we can use s minus s, which is 2cs. So 2 cos 45 into sin 35. Now, we can remove this 2. Sin 45 and cos 45 both have the same value, so we can even remove them, cancel them out. So finally, we are left with cos 35 upon sin 35, which is basically cot 35. Now in the options, we don't have cot, we just have 10. So again, we can use this property and that is cot theta is equals to 10 90 minus theta. And hence, we can say cot 35 is basically nothing but 10 55, which means option C is correct. Cos square pi by 12 plus cos square 3 pi by 12 plus cos square 5 pi by 12. As we have discussed in the lecture also, we'll look for the values whose addition is either equals to pi or pi by 2. If we add these two, pi by 12 plus 5 pi by 12, we'll get 6 pi by 12, which is basically nothing but pi by 2. So, we'll first write both of them together, cos square pi by 12 plus cos square 5 pi by 12 plus cos square 3 pi by 4, 3 4s are 12, so we can say it is nothing but cos square pi by 4, whose value we already know. It is 1 by root 2 and square of 1 by 2 will become 1 by 2. Now for the first two terms, what we can do is, since the addition is pi by 2, we can convert this in terms of sine square. So basically what we'll be doing is cos square 5 pi by 12 is sine square of pi by 2 minus 5 pi by 12. Same condition, cos square theta is equals to sine square 90 minus theta. This is the condition or property we are using over here. Now pi by 2 minus 5 pi by 12, taking the LCM, what we'll get is just pi by 12. So we can write this as cos square pi by 12 plus sine square pi by 12 plus 1 by 2. Sine square plus cos square will become equals to 1 plus 1 by 2 we already have, so the final value comes to be 3 by 2, which is our option B. चलो बाकी आ गया तो easy. We have to find the radian measure of 56 degree when we want to convert from degree into radian. Condition is 1 degree equals to pi by 180 radian. So here also we can say 56 degree is basically 56 into pi by 180. 28, 90, 45 and 40. So final value comes to be 14 pi by 45, which is given in our option B. Next, we have to find the value of cosec minus 1410. The first property that we'll use is cosec minus theta is equals to minus cosec theta. Except for cos and sec, negative sign will come outside because all these are odd functions. So now what we can do is we have to find the value of minus of cosec 1410. To find the value of 1410, we'll basically first create a unit circle and we'll look for what quadrant comprises of 1410. So here you can say here we will get 0, 180, then 360. In the multiples of 360, we'll get 720. After 720, again adding 360, we'll get 1080. Again adding 360, we'll get the value 1440. So 1440 is at this point. We have to find the value of 1410, which is just 30 degree less than 1440. So our point is basically in the fourth quadrant. So now we can write minus of cosec 1440 minus 30. Since this is in the fourth quadrant, cosec will become negative, so minus of cosec 30 degree. Minus minus will become plus, final value will be cosec 30 degree. And cosec 30 is basically 2. So final value comes out to be 2, given in option B. We have to find the value of cos 67 1 by 2, that is 67.5 degree. We can use the identity cos 2 theta is equals to 2 cos square theta minus 12. If we take theta as 67.5, then the 2 theta will be 135 degree, whose value we can easily find cos 180 minus 45. So we'll use this identity over here and we can say cos 135 is equals to 2 times of cos square 67.5 minus 1. Cos 135, cos 180 minus 45 will become minus cos 45 or minus 1 by root 2 is equals to 2 cos square 67.5 minus 1. Making cos square 67.5 as our subject, we can say 1 minus 1 by root 2 whole upon root 2. Cos square 67.5 will be equals to 1 minus 1 by root 2 upon 2. Taking the LCM, this will become root 2 minus 1 upon 2 root 2. Now this is cos square. We have to find the value of cos 67.5. So we'll take the root of this and we'll get the value under root of root 2 minus 1 upon 2 root 2. Here we can multiply and divide by root 2, and we'll get the value under root of 2 minus root 2 whole upon 4. Root of 4 is 2, so final value we'll get is 2 minus root 2 whole upon, which is given in our option B. We have to find the value of root of 2 plus root of 2 plus 2 cos 4 theta. First we'll solve this first term where we can take 2 as common, and our value would be under root of 2 plus root of 2 common 1 plus cos 4 theta. Here we can use the identity 1 plus cos 2 theta is basically equals to 2 cos square theta. Here we have 4 theta. So instead of 1 plus cos 4 theta, we can write 2 into 2 cos square 2 theta. Angle will become half. For 2 theta, it gets converted into theta. For 4 theta, it gets converted into 2 theta. 2 plus under root 4 cos square 2 theta. Root of 4 cos square is 2 cos, so 2 plus 2 cos 2 theta. Again we can take 2 common and we can write 2 into 1 plus cos 2 theta, which is equals to 2 into 2 cos square theta. So root of 4 cos square will become equals to 2 cos theta, which is our final answer given in option C. The trigonometric point P of 101 pi by 3 lies in, we have to just find the quadrant. Now first we will find the value of 101 pi by 3 and we convert this into the mixed fraction. So we can say 34 into 3, 34 into 3 becomes 102. So we can write this as 102 pi minus pi whole upon 3. So the condition that we have used is we'll try to bring the multiple of 3 which is nearest to 101. So 102 pi minus pi whole upon 3. We can write this as 34 pi minus pi by 3. Now, in our unit circle, we can say on the right hand side at this point, we'll get the value 0, then 2 pi, then 4 pi or 6 pi and so on. All the even pi will get at this point. So 34 pi also comes at this point. Minus pi by 3, it is less than 34 pi. So our point is actually in the fourth quadrant, minus of pi by 3. 34 pi minus pi by 3 comes to be in fourth quadrant, option D. If mod of x plus 2 is less than equals to 9, then we have to find the values of x. It lies in which range? Whenever mod x is less than equals to a, we can say x lies between minus a to a. Same property we'll use here. Mod of x plus 2 is less than equals to 9. So you can say minus 9 less than equals to x plus 2 less than equals to plus 9. We have to find the value of x. So we'll subtract by 2 towards all three sides and we get the value minus 9 minus 2 will become minus 1, minus 11, sorry, less than equals to x less than equals to 7. So the range of x is between minus 11 to 7, which is given in option B. Both are included. Similarly, For the next question, it has the similar property. Here we are given mod of x plus 2 is less than 4. We can say minus 4 less than x plus 2 less than 4. Subtracting by 2, we'll get minus 6 less than x less than 2. So our range would be between minus 6 to 2. Both are not included, so the answer would be option A. Then સમજ્યો તારે ત્યાં લખવું હોય બુકમાં તો લખી નાખ કે મોડ x લેસ દેન ઇક્વલ્સ ટુ a હોય તો માઇનસ a ટુ a લેવાનું. મોડ x ગ્રેટર દેન ઇક્વલ્સ ટુ a હોય તો x ગ્રેટર દેન a or x લેસ દેન માઇનસ a લેવાનું. બરાબર ખબર પડી? આ શોર્ટકટ છે. ડાયરેક્ટલી આપણે પેલું નંબર લાઈન પર ને બધી રીતે કરી શકીએ પણ ડાયરેક્ટલી કરી શકાય. ખબર પડી ભાઈ ભવ્ય?
हाँ सर.
ચલો નેક્સ્ટ. 1 upon x minus 4 is less than 0. X belongs to, since 1 upon x minus 4 is negative, we can even say x minus 4 also has to be negative because 1 upon negative term only becomes negative. So here we can say x minus 4 is less than 0, or we can say x is less than 4. Since it is less than 4, on the number line, it can take the values from minus infinity to 4. Option A is correct. બરાબર ને ભાઈ? આમાં તું શોર્ટકટ બી યુઝ કરી શકું. સપોઝ આવું નહીં ખબર કે 1 upon x minus 4 નું શું કરવું તો દરેકમાંથી વેલ્યુ મૂકી દેવાની. માઇનસ ઇન્ફિનિટી ટુ 4 કઈ વેલ્યુ 0 લઈ શકાય, 1 લઈ શકાય, 2, 3 કોઈ બી એક વેલ્યુ મૂકીને જોઈ લેવાનું. 4 to infinity તો અહીંયા 5 મૂકીને જોઈ લેવાનું. r તો જરૂર નહીં પડે. આ બંને તો ઓપ્શન બાય ડિફોલ્ટ આ બંનેમાંથી જોઈ લેવાનું કયું સેટિસ્ફાઈ થાય છે. અહીંયા 3 મૂકીશું તો સેટિસ્ફાઈ થશે, 5 મૂકીશું તો નહીં થાય. એનો મતલબ ઓપ્શન એ સાચો છે. એ રીતના બી આપણે યુઝ કરી શકીએ. ખબર પડી?
हाँ.
ચલો નેક્સ્ટ ક્વેશ્ચન. Phi x is greater than equals to minus 10. So x is greater than equals to minus 2. Since it is greater than equals to, minus 2 will be included and it will go towards right till infinity. So our answer would be option A. Next question. X square is less than equals to 9. We can directly use the shortcut and we'll take the values from the option. Values whose range satisfy will give us the final answer. Or we can even use this formula: x square is less than equals to a, then or less than equals to a square, then we can say x lies between minus a to a. If x square is greater than equals to a square, then we can say x is greater than equals to a or x is less than equals to minus a. Here we can use this identity and we can say x should lie between minus 3 to 3. Both included. So from the options we can say option A satisfies our condition. Here in this question, the sum of digits of the unit place of all 4-digit numbers formed using 3, 4, 5, 6 without repetition will be. Here we'll directly use one shortcut and then we'll see how the shortcut is created. The answer of this will be, we'll add all the numbers given: 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6. Multiply by Since we have to create a 4-digit number, we'll start with 1 less than 4, that is 3 into 2 into 1. And this will give us the final value. 3 plus 4, 7 plus 5, 12 plus 6, 18. 18 into 6 will give us 18 6 108 as our answer, which is given in option number B. Now, how this option is created? Basically, we are creating a 4-digit number. If we fix 3 at the unit place, then we cannot use 3. Now we are left with just 4, 5, and 6. Any 3 can be placed at the first, then any 2 numbers can be placed at second, and any 1 number can be placed at third. This is our fixed number and should be 1. So the total number of, we can say, 4-digit numbers which can be created when 3 is placed at the unit digit will be 3 into 2 into 1. Same thing will happen when we keep 4 as our unit place, and similar thing will happen when we keep 5 and 6 as our unit place. Combining this, we can say the summation would be summation of this unit digit into total number of digits, that is 3 into 2 into 1. 7 persons can sit around a rounding table for a dinner. Basically, this comes to be a question of circular permutation. Circular permutation, what we had was to arrange the n persons. In the circular permutation, the total number of ways was n minus 1 factorial. Here we have 7. So total number of ways would be 7 minus 1 factorial, which is 6 factorial, whose value will be 720. So option A is correct. We have to find the value of 10C1 plus 10C2 plus 11C3 plus 12C4 plus 13C5. One important property is used here, and that is NCR plus NCR minus 1 is equals to N plus 1 CR. If we closely look at our question, N becomes 10, R minus 1 becomes 1, and R becomes 2. So using this property for the first two terms, our answer should be N plus 1, that is 11, CR means 2. So now we are left with 11C2 plus 11C3 plus 12C4 plus 13C5. We'll go on with this method for the first two terms. Again, we can say 11C2 plus 11C3 satisfies our property, and the value comes out to be here, n becomes 11. So n plus 1 will become 10, sorry, 12. R becomes 3. So answer should be 12C3, because 3 becomes our R, 11 becomes our N. So 12C3 plus 12C4 plus 13C5. Again, going by the same property, now N will become 12, R will become 4, and the value comes out to be N plus 1 means 13. So 13C4 plus 13C5. Again, using the same property, R will become 5, N will become 13, and our value should be 14C5. So the final answer should be option B. If NP4 equals to 5 into 4P3, value of NP4 is n factorial upon n minus 4 factorial equals to 5 into 4P3 means 4 factorial upon 4 minus 3 factorial. Now we'll expand this n till n minus 4. So n minus 1 into n minus 2 into n minus 3 into, we'll stop at n minus 4 factorial, whole upon n minus 4 factorial. This is equals to 5 into 4 factorial is 24 upon 1. N minus 4 factorial will get cancelled out. and finally we are left with n, n minus 1, n minus 2, n minus 3 equals to 120. 120 can be written as a multiple of 4 consecutive numbers, and that is 5 4s are 20, 3s are 60, 2s are 120. And hence we can say n is nothing but equals to 5. So option A is correct. ખબર પડી ભાઈ?
हाँ सर.
આ તો તને આવડતું હતું એટલે વાંધો નહીં. ચલો. Next question. There are 12 points in a plane, out of which 3 points are collinear. Joining any 2 points, dash, basically lines are created. How many lines can be created if we have total 12 points, out of which 3 are collinear? According to our formula, the total number of lines can be created out of 12 points will be 12C2. Since 3 are collinear, we will subtract by 3C2. Since one line can be drawn through these collinear points, we will add by 1. So this is our final answer. We will calculate now. 12C2, 12 into 11 by 2. 3C2, 3 into 2 by 2 plus 1. So 66 minus 3 plus 1. Answer would be 64. Option C. For the first portion, the question is 44C r minus 2 equals to 44C r plus 2. Here we can use the property NCA equals to NCB only when A plus B is equals to N or A is equals to B. We will use this property since here r minus 2 and r plus 2 cannot be equal because I will get cancelled out and we will get minus 2 equals to 2, which is not possible. So we cannot use this thing. We will directly use A plus B equals to N. So we can here say r minus 2 plus r plus 2 equals to 44. Hence we can say 2r equals to 44 or r equals to 22. NCR plus NCR minus 1 equals to N plus CX. Here we can directly use the property NCR plus NCR minus 1 is basically equals to N plus 1 CR. So instead of R, here X is written. So X is basically nothing but equals to R or option. Okay, no option contains R. So basically our answer becomes N plus 1 CR. But since it is not given in the option, we can even write this as N plus 1 C N plus 1 minus R. What we have done is we have used this property A plus B equals to N. So NCR also equals to NC N minus R. So we can use this property. N plus 1 CR will be equals to N plus 1 minus R. So we can write X is equals to either R or N plus 1 minus R. Since option, yes, option D satisfies N minus R plus 1. Satisfies this condition, option D will be correct. Next question, there are how many 9-digit numbers whose all digits are different? No digits must be repeated to create a 9-digit number. At the first place, we can use 1 to 9. We cannot use 0 since it will no longer remain a 9-digit number. So at the first place, we cannot use 0 and we can use any of the 9 digits. At the second place, We can use all the numbers between 0 to 9 except one which was already been written at first place. So if we have used 2 at the first place, we cannot use 2 here. So we'll subtract one number from 0 to 9. 0 to 9 makes 10, 10 minus 1 will be 9. Similarly, for the next, we'll write 0 to 9 minus, we'll subtract two numbers because they are already used at first and second place. Going by this pattern, we'll get final answer comes out to be 9 into 9 factorial, which is given in option A. The directions of 112 and 210 are now two vectors will have same direction if they are multiple of each other, which means each and every component must have the same ratio. Then they will have either the same direction or opposite direction. Here, taking the ratio of respective components, the ratio doesn't comes to be equal. So the option of same and opposite will get cancelled out, and obviously they'll have different direction. How can we prove we have the different direction? We can use even this property cos theta is equals to A dot B upon magnitude of A into B. A dot B will give us 2 plus 1 plus 0 upon under root 6 into root 5. Neither this is equals to 0 nor this is equals to 1. So angle 0 or 90-degree gets cancelled out. So it is any angle except 0 and 90. So we can use that a different angles. Unit vector in the direction of. To find the unit vector, કઈ condition use થાય ભાઈ unit vector માટે? જયના ભાઈ unit
हाँ
vector
सर।
કઈ રીતે find થાય? Unit vector કઈ રીતે find થાય? Unit vector is always vector divided by its magnitude.
हाँ हाँ ओके हाँ सर।
Here a vector is 2, 2 and minus 1. So we will divide 2, 2 and minus 1 by its magnitude 4 plus 4 plus 1. So this will be 2 by 3, 2 by 3 and minus 1 by 3. This will be our unit vector, which is given in option number A. Done?
हाँ सर।
Next, we have to find the centroid of triangle ABC, or the centroid of the triangle is given, it is 0, 0, 0. Coordinates of A, B and C are given. The coordinates of C are in terms of X, Y and Z. So we basically have to find the coordinates of A, B and C. For centroid, we can say the coordinates of centroid are given as addition of position vectors of all the three vertices divided by 3.
divided by 3.
So this means 110 plus 212 plus xyz whole upon 3 will give us 0, 0, 0. Therefore, we can say 0, comma 0, comma 0 is equals to 1 plus 2, 3, 3 plus x. Similarly, for y coordinate, we can say 2 plus y. For z coordinate, we can say 2 plus z whole divided by 3. We can multiply 3 and get the same value. So directly now we can compare the coordinates to find the value of x, y and z. X plus 3 becomes equals to 0, which implies x will become minus 3. 2 plus y equals to 0 implies y equals to minus 2. 2 plus z equals to 0 implies z equals to minus 2. So finally, the value which we get is -3, -2, and -2. Option should be C, where the third coordinate has to be -2. Question में भूल जरूर બરાબર ને
हाँ
ભવ્ય
सर
જૈનમ કેમ કે અહીંયા 0 ને 1 હોય તો જ આપણે -3 ક્રિએટ થાય છે ચલો we have to now find the centroid of the triangle. The vertices are already given. Directly we can use the formula. Centroid is summation of all the three vertices divided by 3. So 1 minus 2 1 plus 2 3 minus 1 plus 1 minus 1 minus 1 whole upon 3. Adding the x coordinates, we'll get 1 plus 2 3 plus 1 4, minus 2 plus 3 1 minus 1 becomes 0, 1 minus 1 0, minus 1 will be minus 1 whole by 3. Final answer should be 4 by 3 0 and minus 1 by 3. That is our option B.
Option B.
Two cards are drawn at random from a pack of 52 cards. Probability that both the cards are king. Total kings available are 4. Probability is just the ratio of favorable outcomes upon total outcomes. Favorable outcomes. Since we have 4 kings, out of which 2 can be selected in 4C2 ways. Total number of cards are 52, out of which we can select 2 cards in 52C2 ways. We'll just calculate this. 4 into 3 whole by 2 upon 52 into 51 whole upon 2. 2 will get cancelled out. 4 3s are 12. So 3 17s are and 4 13s are. So final value comes out to be 1 upon 13 into 17. That is equals to basically
2 to
1 upon 2 to 1. Correct. Successively 3 times. So total number of elements in the sample space would be 8. The
8
probability of getting exactly 1 head or 2 head. Exactly 1 or 2. If we create the sample space for 3 times of coin toss, we'll get triple H, then triple T, HHT, HTH, THH, TTH, THT, and HTT. Except first 2 elements, everyone will have either 2 or 1 head. So basically out of 8, 2 elements are deleted. We cannot count these 2. Hence the probability would be 6
6
upon
by
8,
3 by 4
3 by 4. Correct. Chalo. Next, a box contains 7 red and 5 blue balls. So we have 7 red and 5 blue balls. 2 balls are drawn at random. The probability that one is red and other is blue. So to find the value, first we'll find the total, and that is total we have 12 balls, out of which we have to select 12C2. In the numerator, we'll find the favorable outcomes. We have total 7 red balls, out of which we have to select 1. Similarly, we have 5 blue balls, out of which we have to select 1.
35 by 66
35, 7 into 5 becomes 35 because NC1 equals to N, so 7C1 will be 7, 5C1 will be 5. 7 into 5, 35 upon 12 into 11 by 2. So value is 35 by 66. Option C is correct. बराबर भाई अंश जैनम भव्य
हाँ सर
ओके
sir.
Yes, sir.
चलो આ તો બહુ સિમ્પલ છે. A letter from the English alphabet is chosen at random. The probability that letter chosen is vowel Favorable means
5 by 20.
vowels are 5.
5 by
Yes.
26.
26.
Total we have 26. So probability should be 5 upon 26. A and B are mutually exclusive. Exclusive means probability of
Intersection 0.
Intersection 0.
correct in the sample space such that value of P of B is given, value of P of A is given. We have to find the value of P of A dash intersection B dash. Now we will use the De Morgan's law here. A dash
A union
intersection
B
B
whole
dash.
dash.
Yes, it is P of A union B whole dash. So first we'll find P of A union B, which is equals to P of A plus P of B minus P of A intersection B. P of A and B are given zero point 0.4 and zero point 0.5 minus P of A intersection B is 0. So basically P of A union B comes out to be 0.9. Now we have to find the
1
value of
minus 1 minus 0.9.
correct. P of A union B whole dash will be equals to 1 minus P of A union B, which is equals to 0.1. Next question, P of A is given 0.38. We have to find the value of P of A intersection B dash if A and B are mutually exclusive. Again, exclusive means probability of A intersection B is 0. Now, using the condition for set theory, A intersection B dash is basically A minus B. To find the probability of A minus B, the formula is P of A minus
Minus
P of A
intersection.
intersection. Correct. P of A is given 0.38. A intersection B is 0. So our answer is 0.38. Okay. Similar question. P of A is 0.68. A and B are mutually exclusive. We have to find A intersection B dash. Going by the same pattern, we can say A intersection B dash will be P of A minus P of A intersection B. Since A intersection B is 0, directly P of A will be our answer.
0.68.
Yes, option C and option A. Next, A, B, C are mutually exclusive and exhaustive events. Mutually exclusive means A intersection B equals to B intersection C equals to C intersection A equals to A intersection B intersection C. All these are null sets. Exhaustive means
A union B 1.
Total 1. બધાનું union 1.
yes, exhaustive means A union B union C is equals to universal set or sample space or its probability would be 1. We are given P of A, P of B, P of B equals to P of C, value of P of A is given. We have to find P of B. So now we'll go by the definition of P of A union B union C, which is equals to P of A plus P
A
of
plus
B
P of B plus P of C plus P
yes,
of
minus P of
P of A intersection B intersection C.
correct. P of A intersection B, B intersection C, C intersection plus
Plus P of A intersection B intersection C.
done. So P of A union B union C is 1. P of A is given 0.4. P of B and P of C are same. So here we can write 2 P of B. Rest all terms would become equals to 0.
0.
So now we can say P of B is basically equals to 1 minus 0.4 by 2 or 0.
0.3. Option D.
Option B. There are 4 letters and 4 envelopes. All the letters, probability that all the letters are not posted in the proper envelope. All the letters are not posted in proper envelope. Here basically we have to find P of A dash where A is an event such that all the envelope goes to correct letters. Now first we'll find P of A Out of total 24, because we have 4 letters and 4 envelopes, the first letter can go to any of the 4 envelopes. Second letter can go to any of the remaining three. Third letter can go to any of remaining two. And fourth letter will go to any of remaining one. This means the total possibilities of arranging the letters in envelopes are 24. 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. So out of total 24, only one time will have the condition where all the envelopes and letters are correctly placed. We have to find P of A dash, then it will be 1 minus P of A, which is equals to 1 minus 1 by 24, or we can say 23 by 24.